Hey guys, I'm Don from 9 to 5 Tactical. Today we're at Guncon 2024 and with the Walther PDP guys. Sorry to get your name earlier. Connor? Connor will be going through some of the products they have here today and kind of what's new for 2024 and also discussing some of their steel frame series.
Okay, so we'll start on this side. It's easier. So the PPK, everybody kind of knows what's going on there. The new news on this is we have the 32 model. So it was released about a month and a half ago. So it's a lot easier if you're wanting to shoot, a little longer. 3080 and a direct blowback's a little rough. 32 is a lot easier to shoot. Really easy rack. This is the PD380. It replaced the PK380. The big differences are you're getting kind of like the PDP texture out of it. You get an extra round in the magazine. And then the magazines are forward and backward compatible. So if you've already got a PK380 and you want to use the extra round mag, you can do that. So got that. WMP 22 mag. Take your time. Really fun to shoot. Big fireball. Lots of unburnt powder. Right. 22 mag and that kind of a short barrel.
Good way to save money, right?
Yeah. Especially if you're wanting something to. I think we shot out 600 yards. Wow. Artillerying it. It was pretty fun.
Nice.
F series, everybody kind of already knows what's going on there. It's been around for a little bit. Short, the grips circumference is a little smaller. The trigger's a little closer. It's really reduced racking force required. So if you've got like compromised hands, you can rack it.
Okay.
And so we will get into some of the really new stuff. So the Pro E models. So what the Pro E models are is if you had like the Pro SDs, people who want to carry really don't like threaded barrels a lot of times. You're not going to run a suppressor on a carry gun. You're not going to mostly run a comp. So what we did is we don't have a threaded barrel, but we do keep that dynamic performance trigger. It's a polymer shoe, but for dropping those things, you save about $130. Nice. So going from an $8.99 MSRP to like a $7.79. So you're saving some money there. So. And Pro SD, it's everything.
Right.
Everything's on there. You get your threaded barrel, you got dynamic point trigger, you got your extended magazines, and your base pads.
Always good to have options.
Yep. And now we're here with the steel frames, and so the steel frame, everybody wants to talk about. You've got your 4-inch contacts, your 4.5-inch full size, and then you've got your match. And so most of these are going to be standard. They're going to be standard trigger, everything. The match is kind of like everybody wants. It's got it's everything. Yeah. The only thing it doesn't have is the threaded barrel, but you've got lightning cuts on there. We've got guys who actually port that. So there's some guys running around with ported versions of that. It's significantly heavier. There's almost no recoil. And something else you can look at too is there's a company out called QVO Tactical, and what they do is they have a long stroke guide rod, and so instead of it stopping there, it goes all the way back to right here, and so your recoil impulse, instead of you having that big flip, you can get it straight back. It's straight back, and you don't feel anything.
Yeah, I think yesterday we shot this before it started storming. It was probably the best, my favorite PDP there. If I were to PDP, I'd definitely get the steel frame. And I am definitely a porting fan. I definitely get the top. I love it so much. I love bleeding recoil. This gun was like pretty soft hitting. Very little muzzle flip is very good.
Something else some people do.
Excuse me. Meet our new marketing manager for Walther Discovery.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. For somebody that can't reach a mag release, they have to break their grip to get to the mag release. You're not going to be as efficient or quick with it. So that's kind of the thinking behind why we made something for people with smaller hands. And the weirdest thing, we scanned 10,000 people's hands for sizes of the palm, the fingers, where they articulate and stuff. That way, because again, if you don't have a tool that fits properly, a hammer that's too heavy, you're not going to swing it efficiently, or the handle's too short. So it's kind of just the science behind it, making something more efficient.
All right. Yeah, I agree with that philosophy. I love that you guys made it so it fits all hand sizes. Because a few of us on the channel, I luckily am.
Oh yeah, I have substantially long fingers. Yeah.
I have above average hands.
To which
And then some of us, like Brandon, he's not here right now, but he has rather small hands, and he would definitely benefit from something with a smaller platform like this. And also, like that mag release, actually, that's a pretty large button.
Yeah, it's there, and it is shielded there as well, so you're not going to get the accidental, release of the mag generally with a tight support hand. Purpose-built stuff instead of just making something that makes that grip texture. We're in Arkansas, and it gets hot, 100 plus degrees. You're sweating. It's like, okay, it's not as tight as like, and this isn't bad mouthing, but like the M&P 2.0 is very gritty, which is a great grip texture, but you want something that's not going to move in your hand during recoil. So that's why we did that. The slide serrations are they're robust enough to get from wherever you are on the gun. Building the slide around a red dot so it's low enough to low witness with iron sights. I mean, these are all things that make you more efficient when you're shooting, So again, being shooters, we can develop products that make a difference for other shooters, I guess. And that's a little bit.
I also really appreciate you guys actually have the grip texture kind of all the way up to top, because I am one of the shooters that do have I tend to take a higher grip center instead of like the center thumbs forward.
So you have a proper grip.
I have a proper grip, yes. But yeah, so I love that because like when I was shooting yesterday at the range today, I was able to get my palm like all the way up there and like,
still have some support from the gun pushing back.
There's a lot of cars I've shot in the past, even like younger ones, because it still lacks having a grip texture,
right?
Just for the people who have like high uppers.
Right, and I think a lot of that might be from having people who are either designing a gun for an aesthetic purpose or as opposed to like the functionality of where the grip texture stops and starts. And the cool thing about your meet over engineering everything is they think about the aesthetics of how something looks as well as the functionality of how something feels to you. So I know, again, I can talk good about a company and work here all day, but your kind words about the brand is huge to us. Because what matters is not just that we like our guns, but that they fit for the purpose of someone else who shoots a lot.
Sounds good. Thank you.
For sure.
Dominic.
Vince.
You guys
Great to meet you, brother.
Thanks for talking.
For sure.
So basically, these are all PDP variations. These three are the steel frame, and within the PDP there's compact, which just refers to the length of the grip, which compact will be your 15 round, and then the full size will be your 18 round mags. So we have the PDP steel frame compact 4-inch, full size 4.5, and then the full size match, and then we have the polymer match, and then we have the Pro SD, and basically I believe this is the 4-inch, and then we have the 1.5-inch. Awesome.
that trigger.
That was nice.